Going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today we're taking a look at those guys down there, as well as let me show you to my bathroom. It's over this way, right around the corner, coming into here. Let me get that light there for you guys. There you go, right here. We also have the KS0 Pro, and fast tip, some of you guys in the last comments there, I did reverse this fan, so it's blowing down into it, onto the heatsink there, and it is in fact dropping the degrees about 2 or 3 more C from having it blow it out that way. So that one's happening. We also have the KA box right here. So these are my new quiet bathroom miners, the KS0 Pro and the KA box. But things are changing, and mining Kaspa is starting to get very, very hard or difficult. So as we are all aware, the network hash rate continues to climb, especially with the latest announcements of the new Bitmain ASICs and Ice River ASICs. So hash rate is climbing, the block reward continues to drop every single month, and also Kaspa price has kind of hit a stalemate and it hasn't been doing anything other than go down. So for the past little while, I've almost been considering shutting these off, but at the same time, through past experiences, I noticed that we're still in the bear market, obviously, and things are going to get a lot harder. So right now is still good times to collect those coins. And it doesn't mean about Kaspa only, I mean all the coins in general. Difficulty is climbing on everything, but still, we haven't seen anything yet for when the bull market really starts to hit. So what I mean by the bull market, yes, technically, the bull market has started. Prices are a lot better than they were in the bear market, but right now, things are still low because in a bull market, if you have not yet seen one, expect the hash rates to go 2 to 6x higher than what it is now, and things are going to get a lot worse. Mining will get very, very rough very, very soon. Now, your profitability and fiat value is going to start looking better depending on the hardware you're mining and the coin you're mining and what really does start to take off here, but the hash rate is going to pick up. So your yields are going to start dropping. So right now we're still in decently high yield phase, even though it's not looking too good. So we don't know what Kaspa will do when the bull run does come around. Could we see 50 cents, 75 cents, possibly $1? I know some people are saying $5, $10 Kaspa this bull run. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Now, as I was recording, I just seen the red light pop on. So nothing gone here. This is still just fine. One thing I wanted to point out is I have been working on trying to get these a little bit more efficient. And now it just went off. So I think I'm right on the borderline of this one being as efficient as I can possibly get it, because I am getting that error every once in a while. Let's kind of check out what I'm talking about here. So I did take a screenshot at the wall, 3,951 watts going on this circuit right here. I did turn off some other things, so I did have a little bit of power to play with here. And I was trying to get them a little better off tweaked here. So I have been undervolting them at stock so I can keep the maintained stock hash rate but use less power, making them more efficient. So based on some settings I've been playing around with for a little bit here, hence that red light sometimes, look at the power I'm at now. I am down to 3580. So I am down like 300 watts from stock. So that is between those three right there. So obviously that 2 KS2s and a KS1. So the KS2s are 1200 watts, the KS1 is 600 watts. So I did pull 300 watts off those while maintaining the stock hash rate still. So here is the KS1, a KS2, and a KS2. I'm doing the same thing across them all. So here you can see where I dropped the voltages to minus 40, which is 10%. I'm sitting at about minus 30 right now at 6%. Let's just jump back into here right quick here, load up. There we go. So we're still sitting about 1 gigahash, so we're good. But initially when I did drop that 10%, right at the same time, we lost all the hash rate. So then I picked it up to only 20%, or minus 20, I guess, which would be a 5%, and our hash rate came right back up. So now I'm kind of fine tuning right now, where I did drop the voltages a little bit. So I'm sitting around 6 to 8% or so, and our hash rate is still good. So I'm tweaking for that efficiency as I continue on. Now I'm still waiting to see if I am going to get hash back from this KS2, as I'm sitting at 1.8 right now, and we should be around 2 terahash here, as we see with this other KS2. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for an update here, and then I'll decide whether to put the voltages back up a little bit or remain as is. Now it's also pretty warm out today as well, as summer is getting closer and closer. So another advantage of having the lower voltages is our temperatures on the max chip here. You can see we're only at 64 on the high, and we can also ramp down our fans a little bit, which save a bit of power and make these things quiet as well. So we're getting a lot of plus sides here over overclocking, where we just pretty much waste power. So that's kind of the breakdown of how I was doing my undervolting. That was PB Farmer firmware that I was using as well. It's nice that you can change the voltages and everything there. But look at the pool here, and for the past 24 hours, these have only been making $29.42 for about 6.3 terahash here, or 226.4 coins per 24 hours. That is not very much. Do you remember when the KS Zeros first came out? They were mining 1,500 coins a day all by themselves at 100 to 200 gigahash there. So things are pretty crazy here in terms of the yields. They are dropping so fast. But still, coming into Kaspa miners and Kaspa or ASIC profitability in general, the KS5 Pro, the KS5, the Kaspa miners are still leading the charts in the most profitable miners, minus the AL box, Gold Shell's new Lithium miner, which is first gen over GPUs. That's going to be a big seller, FOMO miner there for a lot of people, at least until Bitmain does drop the hammer and then turns all these things into Cadena. Again, a lot of people thought Cadena is what Kaspa would turn into, but obviously we still have yet to see that because nothing has changed there, where Cadena, all the miners just went to zero profit all of a sudden. You needed a KS3 to remain profitable. Everything else was pretty much toast, but we still see all these Kaspa miners are still pretty high in profitability. Even the KS3M is sitting at $24 a day. L7s are here, still looking pretty good right now, actually. But the L9s now are coming next month. So that's another thing, guys. New generations of ASICs for a lot of these coins. As we get closer and closer to that main bull run, we're going to see new miners, more hash rate spikes, and just more efficient hardware immersion. Here is the L9 set to release in 1 month's time. So next month, these are going to be released. And based on current speculation at current network conditions, you know, but almost $30 a day at 12-cent power is what the L9 17.6 gigahash is going to make. Obviously, with these new ASICs, we're going to see almost a doubling in hash rate depending how they make. So we are going to see a big, huge increase in difficulty as well. Now, if you are looking for ASIC miners, I urge you guys to head on over to Crypto Miner Bros today. Code RABID will grant you $50 off your order, and links are in the description. They got all of the latest and greatest ASIC miners for all your efficiency and profit needs, such as the latest FOMO miner, the Gold Shell AL box. Jumping in the card here, coupon code RABID should grant that $50 off. Bam, $50 off, and that does apply for every individual item. It's not off the total, it's off each machine you purchase. Head on over to Miner Bros today before it's too late. The bull run's coming and ASIC prices are about to skyrocket. Alright guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. Kaspa mining is getting a lot harder and less profitable than it used to be, but what do you expect here? As the hash rate grows, the block reward does drop, and then Kaspa's been pumping for so long. Even when the whole market was going down, Kaspa did continue to keep climbing. It only makes sense that would hit a stalemate eventually. Now, what can this coin hit once the bull run hits? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Smart contracts, KC20 tokens, and all this stuff will happen on Kaspa eventually. Hopefully by the bull run. Could we see $1, just slightly under? Or do you guys think it'll go past $1? Let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.